Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping.
Although the chances of running into a venomous snake, much less being bitten and dying from the toxin injected into one's body, are minuscule compared to dying from cancer, heart disease, or an automobile accident, this seemingly unreasonable fear remains very real for many people. Most of the snakes we will be talking about today are probably located in regions you'll never get to visit, or, even if you do, chances are you will never come across one of those animals. But still, even if the chances are 1 in a million, it is always good to be informed, and to know what you're dealing with. So without any further delay, here are the 10 most venomous snakes in the world. Let's go! Number 10. The rattlesnake. The only snake from America on the list, the rattlesnake is easily identifiable by the telltale rattle on its tail. They are actually a part of the pit viper family and are capable of striking up to 2/3 of their body length. The eastern diamondback is considered one of the most venomous species in North America. Surprisingly, juveniles are considered to be more dangerous than the adults due to their inability to control the amount of venom injected. Most species of rattlesnakes have a hemotoxin venom, destroying tissue, degenerating organs, and causing disrupted blood clotting. Some degree of permanent scarring is very likely in the event of a venomous bite, even with prompt, effective treatment, and can lead to a loss of limb or death. Difficulty breathing, paralysis, drilling, and massive hemorrhaging are also common symptoms. Thus, a rattlesnake bite is always a potential fatal injury. Untreated rattlesnake bites, especially from larger species, are often very fatal. However, antivenom, when applied in time, reduces the death rate to less than 4%, so just be sure to call 911 if you have an accident with one of these.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that will take just 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell and you get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. Death adder. The appropriately named death adder is found in Australia and New Guinea. This venomous snake actually hunts and kills other snakes, including some on this list, usually via ambush. Death adders look quite similar to vipers, in that they have a triangular shaped head and short squat bodies. They typically inject around 40 to 100 milligrams of venom. An untreated death adder bite is one of the most dangerous in the world. The venom is a neurotoxin. A bite causes paralysis and can cause death within 6 hours due to respiratory failure. Symptoms generally peak between 24 and 48 hours. Antivenom is very successful in treating a bite from a death adder, particularly due to the relative slow progression of symptoms. But before its development, a death adder bite had a fatality rate of 50%. With the quickest strike in the world, a death adder can go from strike position to striking and back again within 0.13 of a second. Number 8. Vipers. Vipers are found throughout most of the world, but arguably the most venomous is the saw-scaled viper and the chain viper, found primarily in Middle East and Central Asia, particularly India, China, and Southeast Asia. Vipers are quick-tempered and generally nocturnal, often active after it rains. They are also very fast. Most of these species have a venom that causes symptoms that begin with pain at the site of the bite, immediately followed by swelling of the affected extremity. Bleeding is a common symptom, especially for the gums. There is also a drop in blood pressure and the heart rate falls. Blistering occurs at the site of the bite, developing along the affected limbs in severe cases. Necrosis is usually superficial and limited to the muscle near the bite, but may be severe in extreme cases. Vomiting and facial swelling occurs in about 1/3 of all cases, and severe pain may last for 2 to 4 weeks. Often, local swelling peaks within 48 to 72 hours, involving an affected limb. Discoloration may occur throughout the swollen areas, as red blood cells and plasma leak into muscle tissue. Death from septicemia, respiratory, or cardiac failure may occur in 1 to 14 days post-bite, or even later. However, a quick visit to the ER may help people survive. Number 7. The Philippine cobra. Most species of cobra would not make this list. However, the Philippine cobra is the exception. Drop for drop, its venom is the deadliest of all cobra species and are capable of spitting for up to 3 meters. The venom is a neurotoxin which affects the cardiac and respiratory functions and can cause neurotoxicity, respiratory paralysis, and death in 30 minutes. The bite only causes minimal tissue damage. The neurotoxins interrupt the transmission of nerve signals by binding to the neuromuscular joints near the muscles. The symptoms might include headache, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, dizziness, collapse, and convulsions. To top it all off, there is only one anti-venom producer in the world for this kind of snake, and it's called the Research Institute of Tropical Medicine. However, the anti-venom they have is considered to be highly effective against the bites of this cobra and several other types of cobras that exist around the world. Number 6. Tiger snake. Tiger snake is a venomous snake that belongs to the family of elipid snakes. It can be found in the subtropical and temperate parts of southwestern and southeastern Australia. Tiger snakes inhabit swamps, lagoons, and areas near the rivers and open forests. Tiger snake can reach 3 to 7 feet in length. Males are longer than the females. Colors of these snakes depend on the habitat. Dorsal side of the body can be brown, black, gray, and yellow colored, and covered with alternate dark and light stripes. The belly is usually yellow or orange colored. Some tiger snakes lack stripes. Uniformly colored tiger snakes can be yellowish brown or completely black colored. Tiger snakes have a very potent neurotoxic venom. Death from a bite can occur within 30 minutes, but it usually takes 6 to 24 hours. Prior to the development of the antivenom, the fatality rate from a tiger snake was 60 to 70%. Symptoms can include localized pain in the foot and neck region, tingling and numbness, sweating, followed by a fairly rapid onset of breathing difficulties and paralysis. The tiger snake will generally flee if encountered, but can become more aggressive when cornered. It strikes with unerring accuracy, so it's best not to mess with this quick boy. Number 5. Black Mamba. The feared black mamba is found throughout many parts of the African continent. They are known to be the highly aggressive and strike with deadly precision. They are also the fastest land snake in the world, capable of reaching of speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour. These fearsome snakes can strike up to 12 times in a row. A single bite is capable of killing from anywhere between 10 to 25 adults. The venom is fast-acting neurotoxin. Its bite delivers about 100 to 120 milligrams of venom on average. However, it can deliver up to 400 milligrams. If the venom reaches a vein, 0.25 milligrams per kilogram is sufficient to kill a human in 50% of the cases. The initial symptom of the bite is a local pain in the bite area, although not as severe as snakes with hemotoxins. The victim then experiences a tingling sensation in the mouth and extremities, double vision, tunnel vision, severe confusion, fever, excessive salivation including foaming of the mouth and nose, and then a pronounced lack of muscle control. If the victim does not receive medical attention, symptoms rapidly progress to severe abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, pallor, shock, nephrotoxicity, cardiotoxicity, and paralysis. Eventually the victim experiences convulsions, respiratory arrest, coma, and then death. Without antivenom, the mortality rate is nearly 100%, among the highest of all venomous snakes. Depending on the nature of the bite, death can result anywhere between 15 minutes and 3 hours. Number 4. Taipan. Another entry from Australia. The venom in a taipan is strong enough to kill up to 12,000 guinea pigs. The venom clots the victim's blood, blocking arteries or veins. It is also highly neurotoxic. The potency of their venom means that the taipans can capture their prey fast. The snake corners their victim and strikes, injecting venom straight away. They then let it go and then wait for their prey to become immobile. This protects them from the claws and sharp teeth of their prey. Studies on the venom of the inland taipan have shown that a single bite contains enough venom to kill up to 250,000 mice. Before the advent of an antivenom, there was no known survivors of a taipan bite, and death typically occurs within 1 hour. Even with successful administration of antivenom, most victims will have an extensive stay in intensive care. It has been likened to the African black mamba in morphology, ecology, and behavior. Number 3. Blue Crate. The Malayan or blue crate is by far the deadliest of the species. Found throughout Southeast Asia and Indonesia, 50% of the bites from a deadly blue crate are fatal, even with the administration of antivenom. Krates hunt and kill other snakes, even cannibalizing other krates. They are a nocturnal breed and are more aggressive under the cover of darkness. However, overall, they are quite timid and will often attempt to hide rather than fight. The venom is a neurotoxin, 16 times more potent than that of a cobra. It quickly induces muscle paralysis by preventing the ability of nerve endings to properly release the chemical that sends the message to the next nerve. This is followed by a period of massive overexcitation that includes cramps, tremors, spasms, which will finally tail off into paralysis. Fortunately, bites from krates are rare due to their nocturnal nature. Before the development of antivenom, the fatality rate was a whopping 85%. Even if an antivenom is administered in time, you are far from assured of survival. Death usually occurs within 6 to 12 hours of a crate bite. Even if patients make it to a hospital, permanent coma and even brain death from hypoxia may occur, given the potential long transport times to get medical care in the regions where these snakes exist. And now, to introduce our top pick of the day, here is our best pick, Eastern Brown Snake. Don't let the innocent name of this snake fool you. 1/14,000th of an ounce of its venom is enough to kill an adult human. Coming in a variety of species, the Eastern Brown Snake is the most venomous. Unfortunately, its preferred habitat is also along the major population centers of Australia. The brown snake is fast-moving, can be aggressive under certain circumstances, and has been known to chase aggressors and repeatedly strike at them. Even juveniles can kill a human. The venom contains both neurotoxins and blood coagulants. Fortunately for humans, less than half of the bites contain venom, and they prefer to not to bite at all if possible. They react only to movement, so stand very still if you ever encounter one of these in the wild. Number 1. Inland Taipan. While we did try not to include multiple subspecies in this list, the incredible inland taipan deserves a spot of its own. It has the most toxic venom of any land snake in the world. The maximum yield recorded for one bite is 110 milligrams. That's enough to kill about 100 humans, or 250,000 mice. It is 10 times as venomous as the Mojave rattlesnake, and 50 times more than the common cobra. Fortunately, the inland taipan is not particularly aggressive and is rarely encountered by humans in the wild. No fatalities have ever been recorded, though it could potentially kill an adult human within 45 minutes. And, just a piece of advice, snakes usually are very shy creatures and would try to get away from humans as soon as possible. So as long as they're not threatened to react, we should all be just fine. Thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you won't have to use any of these tips. And we'll see you next time.